What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. In today's video, we'll be covering the best PvE legendary weapons for new and returning players. Now, I've made sure to include weapons that will help you with most, if not all, activities. I've also focused on making this list as friendly as possible by highlighting weapons with easy requirements and keeping it mostly free to play, with a few exceptions towards the end. Before we get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for helping us reach 3,000 subscribers. I honestly cannot believe how fast the channel is growing, and it really means a lot to me, seriously. Thank you all for the support. If this video helps you out in any way, consider leaving a like. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and allows me to reach more people, especially as a smaller Destiny 2 content creator. And if you enjoy this kind of content and want to see more, consider subscribing and help me reach 4,000 subs before 2025. But of course, just watching means the world to me, so thank you for being here. Alright, let's go ahead and jump right into this list. First up, we have the Keloth SMG. The Keloth SMG is an arc aggressive frame SMG that's perfect for clearing ads. With the Volt Shot perk, it chains arc damage to groups of enemies, making it a must-have for crowd control. Whether you're going into like high-level stuff like Grandmaster Nightfalls or raids, or you're just trying to do some strikes, this SMG will definitely help you breeze through it all. If you're looking to grab this weapon for yourself, the Keloth SMG can be farmed from the Operation Seraph Shield exotic mission, which you can find in the Legends tab when it is in rotation. Now for the God roll, what I recommend is Hammerforged Rifling for the barrel, Seraph Rounds for the magazine, Feeding Frenzy for perk 1, Volt Shot for perk 2, and a Range Masterwork. Next up, we have the Aletta Wing, an arc aggressive frame glaive that's perfect for close range combat. The Aletta Wing can only be obtained during the Dawning event in December, so if you're looking to grab this one, make sure you don't miss the event. But if you do miss it, don't worry, there's another glaive that's available all year round, and while it's not as good as the Aletta Wing, it still holds its own, but I'll talk about that in just a moment. Now for the God roll, I recommend Super Cooled Accelerator for the haft, Light Mag for the magazine, Grave Robber for perk 1, Demolitionist for perk 2, and a Range Masterwork. Alright, next up we have the Judgment of Keloth, a solar aggressive frame glaive that's great for all types of builds. This glaive is a great option when dealing with majors, but it's also effective for ad clear, but it's definitely a versatile option if you're looking for a good glaive. You can farm this glaive from the Operation Seraph Shield just like Keloth, so be sure to pick it up if you haven't already. And for the God roll, I recommend Auxiliary Reserves for the haft, Light Mag for the magazine, Overflow for perk 1, Close to Melee for perk 2, and a Range Masterwork once again. Next we have Tashas Mastery, a stasis rocket assisted frame sidearm that excels at dealing with majors. This sidearm is a great choice for stasis builds and pairs really well with the current stasis artifact mods. You can get Tashas Mastery from the Iron Banner engrams, so you will have to wait for Iron Banner to come back into rotation. And as of Act 2 in Episode Revenant, you can actually reach rank 4 at Lord Saladin and get one for free. For the God roll, I recommend Quick Launch for the barrel, Appended Mag for the magazine, Air Trigger for perk 1, Chill Clip for perk 2, and a Reload Speed Masterwork. Next up is the Hammerhead, a Void adaptive frame machine gun that's excellent for ad clear, especially when dealing with Void shields and high-end activities like Grandmaster Nightfalls. It's also a solid option for boss damage, if needed. You can obtain this weapon from the chest in the Onslaught located in the Vanguard tab, and it can also be focused at Zavala, increasing your chances of getting one to drop. For the God roll, I recommend Arrowhead Break for the barrel, Appended Mag for the magazine, Rampage for perk 1, Killing Sally for perk 2, and a Handling Masterwork. Next up is the Amit AR2, a solar precision frame auto rifle that's a solid choice for any activity. While it's good for solar builds, honestly, I use it with most of my builds anyway, so you don't really have to use it with a solar build. If you want to get this weapon, head over to the Enclave on Mars and pick up the quest from the Relic. This quest will provide you with the first Deep Sight Resonance copy of the weapon, allowing you to craft it after completing the necessary steps. However, this is also a world drop and you can get it from Banshee, so. For the God roll, I recommend Small Bore for your barrel, Flared Magwell for your magazine, Stats Roll for perk 1, Incandescent for perk 2, and a Range Masterwork. Next we have a personal favorite, the BXR-55 Battler, a Solar Legacy PR-55 frame pulse rifle inspired by the iconic battle rifle from Halo. This weapon is truly one of a kind with sights that offer clear and precise target acquisition, and just like Amit, you can use it with any build you want. If you're looking to grab this weapon for yourself, you'll need to play the Dares of Eternity activity in the Eternity location. The weapon drops randomly as loot from the activity or can be earned by opening chests as there's treasure hoard using keys earned from Dares of Eternity. For the God roll, I recommend Arrowhead Break for your barrel, Ricochet Rounds for your magazine, Demolitionist for perk 1, Incandescent for perk 2, and a Stability Masterwork. Next up is the Riptide, a stasis rapid frame fusion rifle, and one of the best fusion rifles in the kinetic slot. Being in the kinetic slot allows for some excellent weapon combinations, making it a strong choice for many builds. Riptide excels at clearing majors while also offering decent DPS when needed. If you want to pick up this weapon, it can be obtained by opening Crucible engrams or focusing them at Lord Shaxx. For the God roll, I recommend Arrowhead Break for your barrel, Enhanced Battery for your battery, Autoloading Holster for perk 1, Choke Clip for perk 2, and a Charge Time Masterwork. Next up is the Edge Transit, a Void Adaptive Frame Heavy Grenade Launcher. While it may not be the absolute best DPS weapon on this list, it's still an excellent free-to-play option for high damage, especially when utilizing the Bait and Switch perk for quick swapping. This makes it a great pick for players who want reliable DPS without needing premium content. You can obtain Edge Transit from the chest in the Onslaught activity found in the Vanguard tab, and it can also be focused as a Zavala just like Hammerhead. For the God roll, I recommend Quick Launch for the barrel, Spike Grenades for the magazine, Envious Assassin for perk 1, Bait and Switch for perk 2, and a Velocity Masterwork. So that's going to wrap up the free-to-play section of the list, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the final 3 weapons which do require DLCs to obtain. If you're a free-to-play player and you won't be sticking around for this part, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you on my next one. So first up we have the Biting Winds, a kinetic precision frame bow that stands out as one of the best bows for PvE. Bows are incredibly useful in a variety of activities, and Biting Winds is no exception, offering excellent versatility and power. To obtain this weapon, you'll need to own Beyond Light and complete the Dark Priestess Empire hunt, which can also be farmed. However, keep in mind that you'll first need to unlock these hunts by completing the post-campaign mission. For the God roll, I recommend Elastic String for your bowstring, Fiberglass Arrow Shaft for your arrow, Rapid Hit for perk 1, Explosive Head for perk 2, and a Draw Time Masterwork. Next up is the VSS Chill Inhibitor, a stasis rapid fire frame heavy grenade launcher and currently the best DPS heavy grenade launcher in the game. This weapon is a standout performer, and if you're looking to add it to your arsenal, you'll need to own either the Final Shape Annual Edition or the Final Shape Dungeon Key. You can obtain it from Encounters 1 and 2 in the Vesper's Host Dungeon. However, for an easier option, I recommend heading over to Banshee44 as he's currently offering a free God roll along with many other great weapons. However, if you want to grind for your own, here is the God roll that I recommend. Quick Launch for your barrel, Spike Grenades for your magazine, Envious Arsenal for perk 1, Bait and Switch for perk 2, and a Handling Masterwork. Lastly, we have the VSS Velocity Baton, a Void Area Denial Frame Special Grenade Launcher. This weapon is incredibly unique as there are only 2 of its kind in the game. Think of it as kind of like a Burst Fire Witherhorde almost. If you're looking for a great PvE weapon, this is definitely worth picking up if you do have the DLC content. Now, you can obtain this weapon from the Vesper's Host Dungeon, specifically Encounters 1 and 3. For the God roll, I recommend Quick Launch for your barrel, High Velocity Rounds for your magazine, Demolitionist for perk 1, Attrition Orbs for perk 2, and a Velocity Masterwork. Anyways, that's going to wrap up this video. Thank you all so much for watching all the way through. Your support means the world to me and really helps my channel grow. I've been working hard to keep pumping out content, and I'm excited to expand my niche soon with more Destiny 2 content and maybe even other games, but we'll see. I hope this video gave you some solid ideas for what you want to grind for next. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.